Well, after a brilliant season with Fulham in our second year in charge, it's starting to feel like it might end with a bit of a whimper. We've got 5 games to go, and we are now 6 and 7 points behind the last two European places. We face one of the sides directly above us today, though. If we can get a win, maybe I'll start to feel a little bit more confident again. Yes, hello, and welcome along to part 13 of this FM09 Let's Retro save from Fulham. Unlucky 13 for some, well, maybe for us as well, because today we could officially rule out our chances of getting Europe in the second year. It's devastating because we've done so well. I guess the only thing we can hope after is, remember, there used to be that random draw for the European Fair Play League and 2 countries got an extra place in Europe. I guess we can only hope that that's us. That's maybe the only other chance we've got. We're 6 points behind Liverpool with a game in hand, but we face them today. So if we beat them, we've then got matters in our own hand again. But our game in hand's at home to Manchester United, who look like being the champions elect. We've also got Tottenham away from home, who we beat comfortably earlier in the season. It's not going to be easy. They're flying, they're battling for the Champions League. So if you're looking forward to seeing how we get on, as to be fair, at the start of the season, if you'd have said with 5 games to go, we're going to finish between 4th or 8th, I would have taken it. But to get this close to Europe and to have players who are unhappy with bigger clubs wanting them with 2 years left on their deal, it just feels like it could be a missed opportunity and then a requirement that we're going to have to rebuild again. So I'm desperate to make it, but I'm not sure we will. For now, though, let's go and have a look at what happened in the one game off camera, because you were with me as we were battered by refereeing decisions against Blackburn and Chelsea in yesterday's episodes. Both games we lost by the odd goal, both of them incorrect penalty decisions awarded against us. And that's cost us potentially 2 points, maybe even more, in being closer to the battle for Europe. However, we only had ourselves to blame against West Bromwich Albion. Albin and Altidore, 2 of the regular goal scorers, popped up. And then, of all people, Breda Hangeland had an absolute shocker at the back and gave away an equaliser fairly late on. And when you look at our running now on paper, Liverpool, Spurs and United back to back before West Ham and Sunderland. It doesn't look good, to be honest. West Ham and Sunderland are 2 of the best of the rest outside the top 8. United are 4 points clear at the top with a game in hand. Spurs are in 4th place pretty comfortably, and Liverpool today are 7th. If you compare that to Liverpool and Villa's run-ins, obviously Liverpool start with us today, but then they've got Villa themselves. So I guess the positive is one is going to drop points. We're going to decide after today who we'd rather that be. Then they've got Everton and Arsenal. So not the easiest finish for them. For Villa, little bit different. They've got Liverpool and Spurs, but then they've also got West Brom at home this midweek and West Ham away on the final day. So to be honest with you, I would expect both to finish above us at this point. Whether or not we can do anything to upset the apple cart probably depends on today's results. It's the FA Cup semi-final. We've got to keep an eye on that too, because West Brom are in one of the semi-finals, and if they win it, 7th place becomes irrelevant. But let's go and have a look at the team selection, because I think we're going to go with the same 11 that played at West Brom. Of course, we have now got our midfielders back from international duty and all of that stuff. Andy Johnson is still out injured. Bobby Zamora will be the sub-striker. Our 11 in full today is Johan Peller in goal. Frederick Storr, probably the weak link of the team now at right back, with Enrique on the left, Diakate and Hangeland, who's had a really poor second half of the season in the middle. It's almost like he's unhappy and wants to move away. Sissoko, Schneiderlin and Skelbred, the midfield trio, before Dempsey, Albin and Altidore the front three. If we can improve that right side of the team next year, we're going to be in a very good position. Let's go and submit the team for this one. It's a massive game if we want to get into Europe. Well, an interesting Liverpool setup again. No Torres due to injury. No Higuain playing either. Gerrard's out on the right. Alonso's in there. It's a good side, but it's weaker than it has been in previous games against them. I can see why they're struggling based on this team. So let's go and get through to the team talk. Tell the boys the pressure is off. We're at home, but we're going to have to be aggressive here, because I just don't know how we hold them off otherwise. You can see they've got the likes of Mascherano, Danny, Benayoun, Higuain, all waiting in the wings if need be. So let's just go and get into the first half. We're having to be aggressive. We're having to chase the game. But defensively at the minute, we've got a few mistakes in us, and that worries me going into this one. Well, a very quiet first 12 minutes, but we're back with Liverpool in possession as Dagan on the right finds Riera and he looks for Dirk Kuyt, but Hangeland intercepts for Enrique, future Liverpool player, of course, in real life, but we managed to stop that here and get him at Fulham as Schneiderlin picks the ball up in the centre circle, has Dempsey out wide, looks for him eventually. Dempsey to take on the fullback, beats Arbeloa. Brilliant skill from Clint Dempsey to the byline, into the box towards Albin. Dagan heads away, only as far as Enrique. Albin again, left side of the box, chance to cross. Can he just fire it in? He does. Jamie Carragher does really well with it. And Alonso puts it out for a throw. A good start from Fulham here. We've been the aggressors. We've got nothing to show for it yet. And our home form has generally been the saving grace this year. As Altidore gets it from Albin. Lovely little 1-2 there. Altidore in towards Skelbred. Xabi Alonso back to clear. Hangeland doing the mopping up with Dirk Kuyt chasing him. As Sissoko finds Skelbred. Alonso intercepts yet again, but Skelbred gets another bite of the cherry. Finds Albin, who crosses the ball. Zasares clears away. Now Steven Gerrard can break with Lucas Leiva in support. Schneiderlin getting back at him. Great defending. And Frederick Storr picks it up on the right. Sissoko into Schneiderlin. I think he's an official wonder kid now, Musa Sissoko. As Skelbred carries the ball forward to Altidore. Edge of the box with a chance to shoot. It's a good save from Pepe Reina. It's passed back to him the second time. He clears it away, but we are dominating this match. But if we don't get ahead and have something to show for it, it could come back to bite us late on. As Enrique throws in Sissoko. All Fulham. Schneiderlin, great turn. Shoot! Oh, he took an extra touch for no good reason. Dempsey will get it on the right-hand side. Chance to cross again. Arbeloa back. It's an awful clearance, though. And it falls for Skelbred. And we do get the goal we deserve. 5 shots unanswered from Fulham. And we finally put one in. 20 minutes gone. We're battering Liverpool. And if we win this, technically it's back in our hands. And then we'll be wanting Villa to beat Liverpool. So we can nick 7th off of them. Imagine we get into Europe and Liverpool don't. Maybe we'd be able to nick some of their squad players. Quarter of the game gone. It's a Dagan throw on the right. Feel like I might be getting a bit ahead of myself here. Dirk Kuyt turns in possession. Skelbred gets back but can't stop him progressing. Enrique does though and clears long to Altidore. He's a little bit isolated. Can he just hold it up? That's the question. Does really well to find Sissoko in the centre circle. Schneiderlin makes the run forward. Has support from Dempsey. Schneiderlin keeps it despite the Plessy pressure. And in he goes to the box. Morgan Schneiderlin. Good save from Reina. He's really improving this season. He's had more football than expected because of Andreasen with Sissoko. Obviously, players going to AFCON and injuries in the middle as well. But he's done really well for us and he looks like he's going to become a star. But with 25 minutes gone, not only are we beating Liverpool, they've not had a shot. Well, it's been a great half for us so far, but I do wonder if we're going to regret not taking full advantage and only being 1-0 up. Dirk Kuyt puts a pretty hopeful shot over the bar. Liverpool's first of the match. Albert Riera's picked up a knock on the other side as well. But in terms of first halves, we couldn't have asked for much more. The only thing we could have wanted was to take in a second goal. And Diakate not to have picked up that knock. But at half time, we're looking all right. And everyone's playing well. So we're going to stick with it as we're going. When I say we're pleased, it's been a really good performance. Just need the boys to keep it up. 10 shots to 1. We deserve to be ahead. So here we are on the right-hand side. And this has been our Achilles heel all season. Conceding late goals, letting teams back into the game, maybe not having the physical edge, not having the players on the bench that can maintain the level of the starting 11. As Dirk Kuyt heads it over, we're under pressure yet again. Liverpool get their second shot, but still not had one on target. And we're up the other end. We have not scored from a corner for a very long time. Until now, Breda Hangeland ends his poor run. Big header from him. When we need it to deliver, it has come back to full tilt. Albin with a corner, Hangeland with the header, Fulham lead 2-0 and are right on top in this European race again. This is what we needed. If only we'd hung on at West Brom, we'd have been right in contention. An hour on the clock, it's been really good. I'm not going to change anything yet. I've been guilty of it in other games, making changes for the sake of it, and it costing us late on. If we can leave this 11, we will. And then just make some time wasting subs at the end. As Adam Hamill, the youngster's on for Liverpool. Good ball in towards Higuain. And he fouls Storr. I was so sure that was going to be a penalty based on the last episode. Nothing given in the end. They've chucked Riera to left back, so they're going for it, Liverpool. Schneiderlin tries to get on the end of the cross. Hangeland brings it down. Keeps it from Gerrard. Now Schneiderlin again. 30 yards out to Sissoko. He shoots from distance. It's off the woodwork. Cracking effort from the Frenchman. Where's the defence gone? Why is there a one-on-one back there? I have no idea why they overcommitted. We get away with it. But why there was only one man back, I don't know. 20 minutes remaining. I'm going to make one change just to add some pace on. And that is going to be Dempsey off for Jermaine Pennant against his former club. I'm also going to make sure we've got an extra man back from a set piece. So we're going to get Musa Sissoko just to sit back. We'll do it from the throw-ins as well. Hopefully that will keep us a little bit more balanced if we get attacking set pieces. We are offside with Josie Altidore, and now Clint Dempsey will be coming off. One change made. We're going to leave the rest for now. Hopefully enjoy a big last 20 minutes because this has been a magnificent display. Well, I'm delighted. It's just petering out. There's 5 minutes to go. We've not seen another highlight until now. And we're just trying to hold them off as Higuain, one of the big guns on up front, breaking forward to Hamill. On the left-hand side, crosses blocked by Storr, but only as far as Arbeloa. He delivers another one. Lucas wins the header. But Diakate put enough pressure on. Schneiderlin is struggling physically, so I'm going to take him off. We'll push Sissoko forward one, and we'll put Andreasen into the holding role for him. I'm also tempted by Albin physically. Altidore maybe just as a change up front. I think for now we're going to leave it because, to be honest, it's been a great display, and I don't want to do anything to ruin it. We can make one in stoppage time if need be. Get John Fleck a little run out. As it is, though, we're in the 89th minute. Liverpool are 2-0 down. And I didn't expect it to be this good today. How many minutes added on? Only 2. Right, in that case, we will take off Schwan Albin for John Fleck. Give him a minute's rest. Give him the standing ovation he's deserved all season. But doesn't often get because he has to play 90 minutes. The Storr throws long down the line. We'll happily watch out this game as Altidore flicks on. Pennant will chase Arbeloa. Forced back to Jamie Carragher, who will clear into midfield. Gerrard picks it up, but Andreasen, hot on the heels, finds Altidore, and now Jermaine Pennant. On the right-hand side, takes on Arbeloa. There's 3 arriving in the middle. Albin's at the back post. It could be a big last contribution for him. Finds Altidore instead. And Skelbred puts it over the bar. Good impact from Jermaine Pennant. And as we move into 2 minutes of stoppage time, Liverpool, I think, are done here. They have not had a shot on target in 90 minutes. And that's a wonderful effort. We are back in the race for Europe, everyone. I was optimistic a couple of weeks ago. I was pessimistic at the start of this episode. Well, I'm back to balance now because we've got a chance. We have certainly got a chance. Let's have a look at what that's done to the table. Arsenal through in the FA Cup. We probably need them to win it now. Fulham superb. Fulham stay in 8th, but only 3 points off Liverpool. And if we win our game in hand, we'll only be behind on goal difference and only 1 point off Aston Villa. When do they play? Aston Villa have got a game on Wednesday at home to West Brom, who played in the FA Cup. West Midlands derby to an extent. West Brom are a good side, but I'm not expecting much there. And then let's have a look at next weekend. We're playing Tottenham Hotspur. Going to the wrong screen there. Who have Aston Villa and Liverpool got? They've got each other. And that will be 3 days later for Villa, who will be knackered. I don't even know who I want to win. I guess if Villa drop points against West Brom, I want a Liverpool win. And if it's the other way round, I probably want a Villa win. Because then Liverpool become the team to catch, especially when you consider that Torres is out injured for the season, Aga's out injured for another week, Riera's picked up a knock against us as well. And I think they're still in Europe too, aren't they? No, they're not. They've just gone out of the Champions League 3 days before they played us. Are Villa in any Europe? I don't think they were. Let's just double check it. They're not. They've gone out of the FA Cup. They've got nothing else to play for. I genuinely don't know. Let's just focus on Spurs, see what Villa do in midweek, and then decide what we want to happen in this game. We're still underdogs, but we've got a better chance than we had a few minutes ago. Well, hang on a minute. It's big midweek jubilation because despite West Brom going to extra time and penalties before losing in the FA Cup at the weekend, they've won away at Villa 2-1 and they've scored a 90th minute winner in doing so. That's a huge result for us and it puts us right back in the mix. We are now 4 points behind Villa with a game in hand. Oh, who do I want to win the Liverpool-Villa game now? I've genuinely no idea. Let's get to the weekend. We've got to beat Spurs to make it count. And that might be the most tricky bit of the minute. Back in a moment for another tough day on the road. Well, I think our decision has been made for us this week because Liverpool have just beaten Villa by 4-2. And I think that tells us that Liverpool are going to be 6th. It is the big 6 at the top. And then we need to be the best of the rest. Villa's 4 points ahead of us, but we've got 2 games in hand. We've also, though, got a rotten run in. They've got Spurs next week. We've got them today or tomorrow even. Can we make it count when it matters most? We'll be back in a moment to find out, as Sunday football is here. And I'm a little bit concerned now because this is giving us an opportunity, a little flash of light, and I feel like we're not going to take advantage. Let's see if we can finally produce a great performance on the road. Well, kick-off time on paper, away at 4th place Spurs does not look good, but we battered them earlier in the year. They've got a couple of injuries. They played a tough game against Bolton last week and struggled to a draw. I just hope we can produce something here. I'm so stuck between whether I go defensive and try and play for a draw or whether I just attack them and hope for the best. I think we're going to do the latter because generally it has served us better this year. I'm going to stick with the same 11. Andy Johnson is not yet fit, so we're going to stick with the same 18 as well. We can get Andy off the wage bill. Tell you what, we could be in a great place. Same 11, same team, and hopefully the same performance. I don't know the last time we won an away game against someone decent. We drew at West Brom, we drew at Newcastle, we drew at Sheffield United, we lost at Everton, and we conceded 2 or more in all of those games. The last time we won against the decent team was Bolton, arguably. But where are they in the league? They're 3rd bottom. So we've beaten 2 of the bottom 3 away from home. Otherwise, it's been a nightmare. At Tottenham in 4th place, this could be even harder. Well, a very English-looking Tottenham team here. You've got both centre-halves, all of the midfield 4, in fact, and Darren Bent up front, all English. And they're doing pretty well at the moment. Let's go and see how we get on today. We're going to tell the boys they can win the game. We're going to have some faith in them. They produced an unbelievable display against Liverpool, but away from home, we have been pretty rotten this year. I'm just hoping we can put it right today. If ever there's a day for it, it's now, as is the time for injuries. 10 minutes gone, Clint Dempsey's going to have to come off. Jermaine Pennant, as he did in the last game, will come on. And Jonathan Woodgate has committed an early foul on Altidore. Now, if Joanne Albin wants to curl this into the top corner, that would be absolutely magnificent. Here he steps up. Gomez is in goal. It's off the post. Oh, so close. Magnificent effort, Joanne Albin. Such a superstar, that kid. He doesn't make it count as Frederick Storr on the right has a chance to do something with it now. Free kick on halfway, down the line. In fact, big ball over the top in the end. Fooled everyone. Hutton misjudged it and Albin forces another save. Aurelio Gomez. I mean, you often got the sublime or the ridiculous with him. And unfortunately today, it looks like the sublime. Fulham having the best chances early on. And the set pieces are coming back just when we need them. Albin into Diakate. And he has finally popped up with a goal. I think his first one since AFCON. What an effort that is. In fact, he might have scored at Everton in fairness to him. But what a start again. The performances for the first game and 20 minutes so far have been magnificent. Now, can we keep it up and sustain it for 90? Because away from home, we normally are shoo-in or a safe bet to concede goals. As Darren Bent picks it up on the right-hand side, Bentley able to keep possession despite a poor pass. Finds Tom Huddleston. Switch to Milner, and we've been caught very narrow here. James Milner in. Back post, Hangeland does well. But Bentley still got the ball. Into the box, Pele deals with it. And we survive at the half-an-hour mark with a free kick at the other end as well. Joanne Albin, get in there. We are delivering when it matters. I tell you what, I was worried after the last episode because of the results, but we kind of said it, didn't we? We didn't play brilliantly, but the thing that cost us was 2 awful decisions on penalties. 2 of them in one game, in fact, 3 overall. And the fact that 2 of our midfield 3 were on international duty for the under-21s of France. If you take that away, when we've got our first 11 out, we can compete with anyone. There's a yellow card there, I'm not sure who for, not one of our players, thankfully. And as we approach half-time, again, we're yet to concede a shot on target in this episode. Liverpool had none against us. Spurs haven't had any. And we're comfortably 2-0 up at half-time. It's been a magnificent performance. We're going to say we're pleased with it. And Joanne Albin, yet again, not for the first time this year, the superstar of the show. Into the second half we go. Just please let us get the win. Well, 10 minutes gone in the second half. It's been quiet again as Pella plays it out to Sissoko. Storr looks over the top to Albin and Hutton just can't cope. He's on a yellow now as well. Great ball across the box just over. He might have been having a go there. It's a little bit cheeky. Apparently Spurs have had a shot on target, sorry. We have conceded 1 now in this episode. Just not good enough, is it? And Jermaine Defoe, the big gun is on for Darren Bent. This could be problematic. They're on the attack again with Skelbred. Genus intercepts. Milner gets there before Sissoko. This spells danger. Oh, not if Milner's going to do that. Shoots from a mile out. It doesn't even threaten the 6-yard line. And Pella's got a goal kick. 65 minutes gone. What an episode it's been so far. As Altidore goes up, wins the header. Who's that? Reynolds? I don't even know who that is in there. Finds James Milner on the left-hand side. Defoe parries it forward. He has skinned Frederick Storr there. Sissoko gets back and covers him though. That's what you want from your holding midfielder. Long ball forward. Altidore will chase. It's clear long as far as Storr. We've got them under pressure here as Sissoko on halfway. Turns on his right. It's a poor ball forward. Storr loses out to Milner. He's struggling with him a bit. Milner finds Huddleston. Don't want to let him shoot. Finds Genus. 30 yards out to Defoe. Onto his right. Skins the defender. Does really well. And Pella makes a brilliant save. Spurs growing into it now. Jermaine Defoe making a difference. Frederick Storr struggling. Not in terms of his match rating. He's struggling to cope out there as DeCegli gets to the byline. Great ball in. And the clearance deflects off Pavlyuchenko. And then presumably Hangeland. Because a corner kick's been awarded. David Bentley will take it. Nothing silly here, boys, from the set piece. Milner's up. Diakate does well. And now Skelbred can break. Altidore's down the line if he can find him. Skelbred carries it himself. Now finds Jermaine Pennant on the breakaway. Looks for the ball into Schneiderlin. It's a very good one. Schneiderlin past Huddleston. Pennant's making a run again. But Milner gets back to help out. And it's down the left-hand side. Defoe chasing it. Frederick Storr again. No man's land there. Inside to Milner. Chance to shoot. It's a good ball in. Pavlyuchenko's touch is heavy. Storr away as far as Albin. And it's a 4-on-4. Altidore's through the middle. Pennant's on the right. And this time Alan Hutton gets back. Frustrating that. We could have done more with it. Busy couple of minutes, but nothing really threatening on our goal. I'm worried, though, that we're seeing all of the game now. As Altidore picks the ball up. Not sure what part of this is key, but hopefully it'll be a third Fulham goal to shut me up. Jose Enrique going the wrong way. Clears it big down line. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Get rid of it. As Genus goes up to Defoe. Might mind this. Diakate in. It finds Pavlyuchenko. That's a big miss. To not even hit the target there is really poor. 20 minutes to go. Spurs definitely on top now. But it's still 2-0. That is the main thing. It is still 2-0. Again, I'm not going to make early subs for the sake of it. As Sissoko picks the ball up from the throw-in. Switches to Storr. I'd love a third goal here. Storr finds Schneiderlin. Inside Sissoko. Up to Pennant, who's found himself very central. Great ball to Skelbred. Per Skelbred. Oh, good save. Aurelio Gomez makes another brilliant stop. We really are carving them open on the break. And another good chance goes begging for Fulham. Where do we look for the subs now, honestly? Pella's going to pick the ball up from the free kick. It's not the best clearance, but Storr does well. Finds Jermaine Pennant. Has two inside of him, but just takes a little bit too long. Recovers, though, to find Musa Sissoko. And now Storr. Looks inside against Sissoko. Jamie O'Hara closes him. It's a bit unrealistic. I've never seen him move that quick. Diakate gets there to stop Defoe's cross. Milner intercepted by Storr. And now Altidore got to run over the top. Gomez has come. Will he make it? Josie Altidore causes chaos. And Woodgate just about gets there to get it away. Great work from Altidore. He's been isolated at times, but he's working hard. Though O'Hara's got it here. He's broken free. Defoe on the rebound. Storr gets in. Superb defending. Pennant can break away. Down the right-hand side. Just clears it down the line. Altidore will chase. Spurs are now having clear-cut chances, and we're getting fortunate. But you're going to have to ride your luck at times. Defoe must be offside there, surely. Pella comes, and he is. What can I do to shore this up? Skelbred coming off is maybe an option to shore the midfield positions, but it's not really where the threat's coming. As Storr finds Pennant on the right-hand side. Takes on DeCegli. Beats him initially. DeCegli gets back, but Pennant still comes away with the ball. Emerges with a chance to cross to the byline. Into the box. Skelbred's up. Can't win it. Schneiderlin beaten to it by Milner. It's long towards Pavlyuchenko as Hangeland heads down. Genus will get there first. Finds O'Hara, who's really advanced. Hangeland can't get there. Pavlyuchenko shot blocked by Enrique, who's back. And now Bentley's got time on the right. Hutton with a chance to cross. It's a good ball in. It's Defoe onside. Doesn't matter. Pella makes a magnificent save. Diakate clears. There's 5 to go. I'm going to take Skelbred off for Andreasen. I'm going to put him in the holding role. Switch Sissoko over. Schneiderlin is not going to go forward as much. Sissoko is going to go forward very little because I want him to mark O'Hara, who's really starting to cause some trouble here. I'm going to stop Enrique making the runs forward, and I'm going to stop it on the other side with Storr as well because we are getting caught where they've chucked 4 up top. I'm not going to make the third sub yet, though. We'll save it for stoppage time. We'll try and waste some minutes away. But 5 minutes to go. It's been a magnificent effort on the road so far. Well, stoppage time is almost here. And again, mercifully, it's only 2 minutes. We're going to bring Billy Jones on, I think, for Morgan Schneiderlin and just go to a full defensive midfield 3. No running forward, no through balls. Let's just sit there and see what we can do. A wonderful, wonderful performance on the road. There are 2 minutes of stoppage time to see out as we've got to throw on the right-hand side. This could be one of the best episodes for a long time and certainly one of the most important. 90 seconds remaining. We're seeing none of the game, which absolutely thrills me. A 2-0 win against Liverpool and a 2-0 win at Tottenham. What a time to find your away form. Where has that come from? Superb performance. And they've saved it for an away game on camera. Duran Albin, you're an absolute superstar. The set pieces come back when it matters most. And now, we are still 8th place in the league, but at the end of match week 36, we are now 3 points behind Liverpool, 1 point behind Villa, and we've got that game in hand against Manchester United. It is absolutely massive. Might well be that we get a Friday episode as a bonus, because I think what we're going to do now is show the rest of the season. Why wouldn't we? With the way things are. Manchester United at home is a huge game. Hopefully they'll have other priorities. They're 5 clear. They should have won the league. Ronaldo's just got injured for the rest of the season, which is not bad news for us. Evra the same. Tevez is out as well at the minute. And if you look at United's season, they've just gone out the FA Cup and Champions League. Hopefully they'll rest a few and focus on Newcastle at the weekend. But at home, I don't fear anyone. Then the final 2 games, West Ham and Sunderland. If we go into those 2 with the chance to do it, I don't think we can have any complaints. Aston Villa have got to play Spurs next week. We need them to bounce back. But if you did enjoy this one, as we have firmly chucked ourselves back in the race for Europe, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Look at the table, a 20-point gap between 8th and 9th. But one team's going to miss out on Europe, and it cannot be us. If you want to see if we can complete the job the rest of this week, we'll do the doubleheader tomorrow. Then if it's still got stuff riding on it, we'll do the last game and a season review on Friday. Please do subscribe to make sure you don't miss a minute. Turn that notification bell on. We've got live streams on Twitch, including tonight, where we'll have a Champions League watch along. But for now, it's all about Fulham FC. We'll be back tomorrow for 2 more huge games. Manchester United at home. The champions elect, will they lose a 3rd game of the season to do us a favour? I'll see you tomorrow to find out.